Hello, another video brought to you by Player One Taco, aka Big Viking Guy, bringing you another Crypto Viking 101. And today we're going to be going around Stellaswap. We're going to start user from just the beginning to the end. So today we're going to just show you from their homepage what you can find before we go into any of their trades or any of how the DeFi protocol really works, and we'll just sort of give you that rough overview of where everything is, so when it's time for you to check it out, you know exactly where to go. Or if not, you have the video to go back to, or if you're a real degen, just click and find it yourself, because that's the best way to move forward and educate yourself, is by doing it yourself. So directly from the start, we're going to be going from Stellaswap.com, and so you will see that their main page literally just has very simplified graphics, very simple aesthetics, and way for you to look around and see what you're doing. Right from the top, you'll have our tokenomics and the documents and the launch app, and then mid-page we'll have the launch app again and the join Discord directly, as well as Twitter, GitHub, our documents, Reddit, Medium, and then Telegram groups. And so we'll go through all of these real quickly just because they are right here on the page, but you will know exactly where to get to from each one. Both the tokenomics and the documents will take you to the next site, and so we will like to just sort of go back to the bottom of the page and sort of go through where the initial product and roadmap is. And so you can see where our whole roadmap is, and then you'll also get to see the partnerships. Everyone from Moonbeam, Transact, one of the newest partners, Blockchain Monster Hut, Beefy Finance, and when we'll get into Beefy Finance, you will get to learn how to beef up your rewards. But this is just sort of the small beginning of partnerships that Stellaswap is using to lead itself as the #1 DEX on Moonbeam, which is one of the #1 parachains of Polkadot. And so from there, we'll be able to see everything else that gets going on, from buying Stella, which is the native token, everything that's going to be coming up, both in projects and IDOs and NFTs. But we're going to hop directly into the launch app today. One of the things that you do need to have ready is you do need to have your MetaMask open and ready. Since Moonbeam is a parachain at Polkadot, it is EVM compatible. Moonbeam is its own network. One of the great things that the team did here today was that they added notifications that will directly launch into your MetaMask of adding the network. And so you can now see, I'd previously deleted it so that we would allow it to allow this network so you could see it directly from our end. So it really will add it and then switch it. And please know that if you ever are in the middle of any transactions and confirmations, that it will cancel all of them. So this is the main layout that we have going on today. From this setup, you'll be able to view a few different things. Very simple layout, as you can see from their swap. So they have both a swap and they have a zap. And we'll go through the swap real quick, and then we'll talk about the zap. So from the swap, you can just see that they have their regular coins that they have. Everything from Exium Dot, Wrapped BTC, USDT, Stella, which is the native token, Matic, Lunic, Classic, and then DAI, and a bunch of stables as well, including Cosmos, ApeCoin, Ethereum, and then Glimmer. Glimmer is the gas for Moonbeam, so all transactions require a little Glimmer. What's really great is that Glimmer transactions are not expensive. So that is one of the big benefits of using Moonbeam, using Stellaswap to make your trades. So one of the things we're going to do first is we're going to use the native bridge. And we'll go over there in just a sec, but we're going to check out everything. So as you can see, you can swap anything to anything that they have. And then within the Zap is for once we are bridged over, that you'll then find if you have only one token, and you can pick whichever token you have, that it will automatically give you whichever tokens pairing that you want for LP to then put into the farm. So from here, we will then go directly over to our bridge, native bridge, directly from Moonbeam. You can see that we have Ethereum, BSC, Polygon, Avalanche. So we will switch networks. And today we're going to select a token. So we're going to bring some ETH over. We'll bring some ETH, and then we'll do some USDT. We're going to hope that we have enough for that bridge, and we'll see what that costs. As you can see, since we are now on Moonbeam, it is going to be Glimmer, and so that's only $1.35 in gas. Oh, drop down to $1.23. So as you can see, we have now bridged Ethereum over to Moonbeam, and you can check that by going back to your Moonbeam wallet right there, checking on your assets, and we'll see what will be popping up very shortly. While this goes on, we're going to hop over now to, you can see both from the bridge that it can bring over any different network, and it will add those networks if they're not over, or switch you over to them. Or if you're just wanting some gas, because Glimmer, it can be bought on major exchanges, but one of the things that you'll notice with major exchanges is that it doesn't allow you to buy a minimum amount. So for instance, KuCoin, I think minimum purchase is around $25, $10 I think, but sending it, is a minimum of like $20. So being able to swap directly for gas, you're able to get exactly what you want and what you need to be able to transact on Stellaswap, on Moonbeam, and within the Polkadot ecosystem of Moonbeam and Moonriver. Moonriver being the testnet. So this is where we're just going to look through everything today. So we have both of our bridge, our history, our swap for gas, and then we're going to go back over to both checking out our farms, our pools, and vaults. Vaults you still will see because there is still some money left over in them. The vaults have been retiring and moving towards Xstella. So Xstella is the LP token for when you stake your Stella. And when you then want to use your X Stella, you can stake that for Tri-Coin. That's right, 3 coin rewards. So we're going to be moving forward with that a little bit, and we're going to show you a little bit what you can do in each part of Stellaswap. First off, we're going to go over to our Zap. Now that we have from our swap, we are going to go and show what kind of ETH we have, and we're going to see what different types of pools that we have available. So you're going to see what type of tokens we have available that we can get, and what type of tokens we want. So let's look over at both our farms, and you can check out pools as well. You can create your own pool, or you can go directly to pre-made farms, and you can see where we're at right now. Right now with TVL, we're 50 million, and that's after everything that has gone on with the market. As they say, when there is blood in the streets, buy. If that was not someone more famous than me that said that, then I misquoted them, I apologize 100%, but it is a great quote that I heard from someone else somewhere that one time. As you can see, different pools, and we'll start off at the bottom. One of the things that's really great with Stellaswap is the dual rewards, or multiple rewards, so you can see what is happening. So if with an atom in USDC, you get a dual reward, paying out at 49%, and that's really just sort of paying out both in Glimmer, Stella, and you'll see from that atom USDC where that can go. Same thing, as you can see how easy it is of adding liquidity to start staking, and that is through the Zap, and we will go through there real quickly. But I just sort of want to touch on some of both the stable coin pools, just so you can sort of see, and some of the DAI USDC. Those pools are paying out 4.09% right now at the time this video was created. Great thing about farms, farms move all the time. So as you can see, we do have a Atom Glimmer pool paying out at 32.55%. Stella Glimmer pool as well, paying 121%. And so we are going to make a staking pool for that today to sort of show you two things, as we want to get a lot of Stella on hand to show you both what you can do with Stella and the different pools available. Also, as you can see, dual rewards 415% right now on USDC and Glimmer. So we're going to have to hop into that to show you that. ETH and Glimmer pool, also dual reward, paying out in Stella and Glimmer. And a stable AMA paying out in Stella and Glimmer as well for your ETH pool, paying 14%. So these are some of the mad APRs that are given out right now. Obviously, everything is not sustainable long term, but based off of users and the amount of volume, 80% of all fees are gone back into APYs. And we're going to have some AMAs with the team to sort of both talk more about the different functions and features within the pool, but what their background is, where they come from, and why they're doing what they're doing. So one of the things too, before we head over to Swap, is we're going to show off X Stella. So Stella, like we said, is the native token. Currently, you can see that it's trading at 33 cents. Glimmer's trading at $1.38. Staking APR is 77.16% as of right now. One of the other things I do want to point out, this being DeFi to the max, there is 0 KYC and there is 0 locks. That's why they also got rid of their vaults, was to sort of, meet it the best way possible. Your money, your way. So from here you can see both staking your Stella, and once you stake your Stella, you get that LPX token, so you get X Stella. And so one of the things you can then do is you can then stake your X Stella, and that pays out in 161%, and it pays out in 3 tokens: Stella, USDC, and Glimmer. And so you can sort of see that breakdown of how that equals out right there to equal out that 161%. And remember, these are APY curve farms, so the more money in the pool, the lower the APY. And so we are working with different partners to put into different reward programs, but it will allow you to access the entire ecosystem and really have both a voice in it and benefit from it. So like we went over earlier, we're going to go over to the swap, and we are going to go from our ETH. We're going to swap first into Stella. We're going to 0.07, and we'll be able to see what type of rewards that will get us. And you can see on the gas, like I said, on Glimmer is so cheap. That's going to cost 3 cents. And we get to add Stella directly to MetaMask as well. It's one of the great things that this team has done, is they've really worked on the back end to make sure the user experience is as easy as PancakeSwap, if not better. I actually like this better than PancakeSwap just because every project on the team is vetted, and it's just not a make your own coin. And you can see how quickly that's done. And then from there, we'll actually then use the rest, and we're going to go into a couple other projects. So we're going to do some MAD. Let's see here, we got 0.7, so we're going to do 3.5. We're going to confirm that, and so you'll see that the route, ETH Glimmer USDC. Once again, 3 cents. And we'll add USDC as well. I did delete all of these tokens so that they would show up later on and that we would have a little bit of user experience from start to finish. Now, at any time also, if you want to check out your transactions, know that moonscan.io is where you can go. Moonscan is the Moonbeam blockchain explorer, and we'll talk about that a little bit later as well. So now we're down a little bit. We've picked up some USDC, some Stellar. We're going to pick up some Glimmer as well, and so we'll get some Glimmer. And as you can see how quickly that was done, and we're going to add Glimmer as well. So now that we have one transaction pending, we've bought some USDC, we've bought Glimmer, and we've bought some Stella. So we can go check out some of both the Zap and some of the earn pools of what we want to do with that today. Once again, I want to thank you for following Player One Taco. We are going to be going through Stellaswap today and be showing off some of the vaults that have been retired, but also what we can do in both the farms and where you can really make your own custom pools as well. One of the great things is you don't have to necessarily go and buy both of these tokens. We will provide them for you. Stellaswap will provide them for you via their Zap. So if you have one token, you'll be able to zap that into any other token basing that you have. So we have Glimmer in USDC, we have ETH in Glimmer, paying out at 298%, and that's paying both in Stella and in Glimmer. And then we also have Glimmer and XC Dot playing out in Stella and Glimmer. So we're going to show off a couple of these, Stella and Glimmer, and then USDC Multi and Glimmer. One of the bigger farms that was made inactive, and we can go show that off. You can see both inactive farms and my farms, and then Stellaswap farms, and we can see stables as well as double or dual rewards. So they really make it easy to find where you're at and see what you were able to do. And so you can see where these were at and how easy of a return as they're waiting for people to pop out of them. So Avalanche and Stella was even a great place for a little while. USTC and Glimmer. But the pool rewards have been pulled out from all of them, as you can see. So today we're going to go do first, the highest paying APY that we have seen in a while. So that will show off what different rewards look like. And so we will go over to both the Zap, and we will start off as we were going to do the USDC, MAD, and Glimmer pool. So we're going to go to our Zap, and we're going to pull up our USDC Glimmer, and we'll be able to see how much Glimmer we have. And one of the great things is it will then show you all of the different types of pools that it has. So we wanted to pick the USDC MAD Glimmer, and so we're going to use 20, because we want to use it in some other places to sort of show you around, to show you the USDC Nomad partnership and Glimmer. As you can see, that costs only 1 cent today. And now you will find these videos broken up into multiple aspects as well as we work to sort of show you, but then we also want to show you the whole site at once. So we will go from an entire user experience, and we will then go all the way and show you the best way possible. So we'll prove, and we are going to Zap. We will confirm that. And now we'll have that USDC MAD and Glimmer. So we can go to the farm, and we will see that USDC MAD and Glimmer. We just have to wait for that one pending transaction to come through. You have successfully zapped. So as you can see here, we're going to approve that, and we're going to confirm. And you'll see both the approving function down here and the pending transaction. Like we said, it takes about 30 seconds or so on Moonbeam. You can always edit your gas fees, though it is not recommended for as it's not really needed unless you're trying to do straight buys, market moves very quickly. The system works at the pace that it needs to work at, and it keeps you in line with everyone else. So as we wait for that to happen, we will then go and sort of look at both some of the other functions that we have. And so we're going to go look at Stella real quick. We see that we have 400 Stella that we can stake. So we're going to stake. Was there any farms we wanted to go to check out? We're going to go check out. Let's see what Stella farms there's available. There's the Stella Glimmer, and that's paying out 121%. And then there are stables that have Stella as well. USDC, the USDC Stella we did retire due to emissions, and then we can see the double rewards that are paid out as well, both in Glimmer and in Stella. So as you can see, max transaction, and so as you can see, if you try to do a double find, we did this just so you can sort of see. It will tell you that you have one transaction processing. We're going to reject that. You can see as quickly as it did, the USDC Glimmer and staked amount popped up right away. So we are now in that pool just a little bit, like you can see, and then you can see that it changed where our stake over is. And so we're going to go back over to our alls, and we're going to do both the ETH Mad, and we will show you both the ETH Mad and the ETH Glimmer. But firstly, we want to show you just how easily Stella token can be staked. So we're going to stake 200 tokens today. We have that one pending confirmation. You will see different variations of these videos going out as we work to sort of break down each feature and each function within Stellaswap. So you now see that we have successfully staked. And so we now, as easy as staking, you can unstake at any time. And so we did stake 200 Stella, so that equals 1.1 Stella, 1.68 Stella equals 1 Stella. So as you can see, we have 171. But what we want to do now is we want to take our X Stella and show you how easy it is to stake it. First with an approve. And you can see approvals 1 cent. And now that it's approved, we can then stake it. Once again, as you can see, the Glimmer transaction fees, every time I am an ETH man myself, but when you get to use other layers and get to see other chains, their fees, you're just like, come on Ethereum, get your act together. And so we now have that one pending transaction. And as you can see, moved right over and deposited. And you start earning right away. So next up, we're going to go, since we have checked out X Stella, we've checked out the bridge, we are going to go over to both check out, you can see buying Glimmer directly through Transact. So anytime you want to buy something, you can pay with any type of US currency. Transact is bringing us these awesome partnership to buy directly from credit card, so fiat to crypto, either via credit card payments, Apple Pay, or even Google Pay. And so you cannot buy Glimmer, as you can see, but you can buy the Ethereums. So you can see sort of that you would get 0.09 after total fees of roughly around $10. And so it takes about 4.5 minutes to do. That is one of the great things brought to you, and they have all of their transact to your business, terms of services, privacy policies, supports, or if you just want to go back to your trade, they have it all right there and working to bring it back directly from your wallet to Transact. So we're going to go back over to our swap real quick, and we're going to see what other tokens we have now available. As you can see, we have Glimmer, Stella, we do have some ETH left, and USDC. We're going to leave that USDC there for a sec because we do have our normal coin, and so we can pick any of the tokens that we have available. and you can see where we might try to make our next pool at. So we're going to go over and look at our farms real quick. And we're going to create our own pool and see what we can do there and what type of trouble that will make for us. But like I said, this is not financial advice. This is strictly how-to videos. So you can see the different pools that they have, the different things available, and what you're able to do within those pools. So they do have the ETH Glimmer pool. So we are going to go into the ETH Glimmer pool, and we will zap. And so as you can see, we have our ETH. And so we are going to look for the ETH. As you can see, we're looking for the Nomad ETH because that is what that farm is for. You can see the .mad. So we're going to go with our Glimmer, and we're going to break our Glimmer up into Glimmer and ETH Mad because we don't have anything in this pool, but we want to. So we're going to go to Zap. We're going to pull up our Glimmer, and we're going to find the Glimmer Mad right there, because that was the token that we wanted, and you'll see how quickly that